Cereals, yogurt, pancakes, even fried and scrambled eggs, these breakfasts might be your biggest morning mistakes. They sit on grocery shelves in bright, colorful boxes. Some have smiling cartoon mascots, others scream whole grain or fortified with vitamins. But let's be real, most sugary breakfast cereals are basically just candy in disguise. Pouring them into a bowl and adding milk doesn't change the fact that you're starting your day with a sugar rush that rivals a donut. These cereals are often loaded with high fructose corn syrup, artificial colors, and preservatives. The moment you eat them, your blood sugar shoots up, giving you that quick burst of energy. But it doesn't last. Within an hour or two, your energy crashes, your brain fogs, and you're already craving more sugar. That's because your body responds to the spike by releasing a flood of insulin, then dips too low, leaving you more tired than before. Even the ones that look healthy, like honey clusters or fruit-flavored flakes, aren't safe. Flip the box over and look at the label. Some of these cereals have more sugar per serving than a slice of chocolate cake. And no, a couple of added vitamins don't magically turn that into a nutritious meal. A better start to the day doesn't have to be boring or complicated, but your body needs fuel, not fireworks. It looks healthy. It sounds healthy. The word yogurt almost feels like a wellness buzzword. But when you peel back the foil lid on those sweet, fruit-flavored cups, what you're really getting is a dessert pretending to be breakfast. Many flavored yogurts pack more sugar than a candy bar, some up to 20 grams or more per serving. And that's before you toss in granola, honey, or dried fruit. What's worse, the fruit at the bottom of the cup. Often it's not fruit at all, just a sugary gel with artificial flavors and color. The yogurt itself, usually low-fat or fat-free, is processed to the point where most of the natural benefits are lost. The helpful bacteria are still there, but they're buried under layers of added sweeteners and stabilizers. Starting your day with one of these is like pouring syrup into your engine and hoping it runs smoothly. It won't. You'll get a fast hit of energy, then the familiar crash. Hunger kicks back in fast and your mood can dip just as quickly. Plain Greek yogurt with fresh fruit is a whole different story, but those rainbow-colored containers in the fridge, they're not helping your morning. Let's be honest, bacon smells amazing. It's basically breakfast's signature scent. But behind the sizzle is a food that brings way more trouble than it's worth first thing in the morning. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and deli ham are loaded with sodium, saturated fats, and nitrates. That crispy strip on your plate may feel like comfort, but it's also pushing your blood pressure and cholesterol the wrong way. Nitrates, which are used to preserve and color the meat, have been linked to inflammation and other long-term issues when eaten regularly. And while one piece of bacon won't ruin your life, making it a daily habit sets your body up for unnecessary stress, especially early in the day when your system is just waking up. Pair bacon with sugary cereal or white toast, and your breakfast becomes a triple threat. You're not fueling your day, you're making your digestive system work overtime. There's a reason nutrition experts don't rank bacon high on any morning checklist. It's not just about calories, it's about how your body reacts to these ingredients within minutes of waking up. Coffee itself? Totally fine, but what you pour into it? That's where things get weird. Non-dairy creamers might sound like a harmless add-on, but many of them are chemical cocktails made of hydrogenated oils, artificial sweeteners, thickeners, and synthetic flavors. That creamy vanilla swirl might look comforting, but it's made of ingredients that have nothing to do with actual cream, or even food. Some creamers even include titanium dioxide, a whitening agent also used in sunscreen. And those zero-sugar versions? They often rely on sugar alcohols that can cause bloating or stomach discomfort. Not exactly the vibe you want after 2 sips of your morning brew. What starts as a warm cup of comfort turns into an artificial mix that confuses your metabolism. Your body doesn't recognize those ingredients the same way it does real milk or cream. And over time, this can lead to unwanted side effects like blood sugar spikes or inflammation. If you're trying to keep your breakfast clean, the first thing to rethink might be what's floating in your mug. Next, let's unpack those pre-packaged breakfast sandwiches that promise convenience, but deliver a whole lot of something else. They're everywhere. Gas stations, office vending machines, freezer aisles. Wrapped in shiny plastic labeled hearty or protein-packed, pre-packaged breakfast sandwiches look like the perfect grab-and-go fix. But inside that wrapper is often a heavily processed mix of low-quality ingredients, bleached white bread, artificial cheese, sodium-packed meat, and industrial preservatives that keep it fresh way past what feels natural. The egg is usually powdered or flash-frozen, the bacon or sausage is full of nitrates, and the cheese? Often not even cheese, but a dairy-based product engineered to melt perfectly. These sandwiches can contain more than half your daily sodium in just one serving. And that's before adding anything else to your meal. The calorie count climbs quickly too, especially with all the hidden fats and additives. Starting your morning with this kind of sandwich is like sending your digestive system into overdrive before your brain is even caught up. It feels filling at first, but a couple of hours later you're dragging. The quick convenience comes at the cost of sluggish energy, bloating, and a long list of unpronounceable ingredients. It's fast food in disguise, and your body deserves better fuel to begin the day. It's a breakfast classic. 2 slices of white toast, maybe with butter or jam. Simple, familiar. But nutritionally, white bread is one of the emptiest ways to start your morning. Made from refined flour that's stripped of fiber and nutrients, white bread breaks down in the body fast, faster than you'd think, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar right after eating. That means quick energy, followed by a fast crash. You feel hungry again sooner, often craving more carbs or sugar. It's a cycle that sets your whole day off balance. Even worse, when you add sweet spreads like jam, honey, or chocolate hazelnut spread, you're doubling down on sugar at the worst time of day. Fiber is what slows digestion and keeps energy steady, but white bread offers little to none. It's all fast carbs, no staying power. Whole grain bread is a better choice, but even then, watch the labels. Some loaves just dye the flour brown and call it whole. A breakfast built on white toast is like building a house on sand. It won't hold up when the day starts hitting hard. They're weekend favorites and, for some, a daily indulgence. Golden stacks of pancakes or crisp waffles dripping with syrup. They might look comforting, but nutritionally, this breakfast combo is closer to a dessert than a morning meal. Made with refined white flour, most pancakes and waffles are just quick-burning carbs with little to no fiber, meaning they digest fast and spike your blood sugar even faster. Now add a generous pour of maple syrup, or worse, artificial pancake syrup made from high-fructose corn syrup, and you've just turned your breakfast into a sugar avalanche. In fact, some pancake breakfasts clock in with more sugar than a slice of cake, and almost no protein to balance it out. That means your body gets a flood of glucose, triggering insulin spikes and crashes that leave you hungry and groggy before lunchtime. Even those boxed pancake mixes labeled "just add water" are loaded with additives, preservatives, and hidden sugars. And frozen waffles? Most are pre-sweetened before you even add anything on top. It's like layering sugar on top of sugar and calling it fuel. The result? You get an energy burst that feels good for about 30 minutes, followed by a sluggish drop that can mess with your focus, mood, and appetite. It's tasty, sure, but it's not the kind of start that supports a sharp mind or a steady day. If you're craving something warm and comforting, there are better ways to do it without the sugar overload. They're marketed as fuel for your busy life. Toss one in your bag, unwrap it on the go, and boom, instant breakfast. But many store-bought granola bars are far from the health food they pretend to be. Packed with added sugars, syrups, and processed oils, these bars are often closer to candy bars than anything resembling real nutrition. Some brands load their bars with honey, brown rice syrup, or cane sugar, all of which act just like plain sugar once they hit your bloodstream. Add in chocolate chips, sweetened dried fruit, or yogurt coatings, and you're eating something that spikes your energy quickly, then leaves you drained not long after. Despite the oats and nuts they often contain, the heavy processing strips out much of the natural benefits those ingredients offer. Even the bars labeled as protein or energy options can be misleading. Many get their protein from soy isolates or cheap powders, not whole foods. And the fiber? Often added artificially, not coming from real sources like fruits or seeds. You think you're getting a balanced snack, but what you're really biting into is a cleverly marketed sugar delivery system. If you're starting your day with one of these, you might feel satisfied for a moment, but you're likely to crash before mid-morning. And the cravings that follow? Blame the bar. Just because it comes in earthy packaging and sits in the health food aisle doesn't mean it's doing your body any favors. For a real morning boost, whole ingredients always beat the wrapper. Eggs are often hailed as the perfect breakfast protein, and in many ways, they are. But scrambled eggs? They have a dark side when they're cooked the wrong way or smothered in extras. The classic diner-style scramble, dripping with melted butter or heavy oil, and sometimes topped with cheese or sausage, turns a simple protein into a greasy, high-fat overload that can weigh you down before your day even starts. The cooking method matters more than most people think. Overcooking eggs breaks down their delicate proteins, making them rubbery and harder to digest. Plus, the nutrients, especially B vitamins, start to break down under high heat. Instead of getting a healthy dose of fuel, you end up with something heavy on your stomach and light on real benefits. Then there's what gets mixed in. Pre-made scrambled egg mixes or those used in fast food breakfast often include preservatives, stabilizers, and powdered egg products, far from the fresh eggs you might picture. These mixes can also contain trans fats and unnecessary sodium, which quickly adds up if you're eating them regularly. Even at home, it's easy to go overboard with the butter or cheese, turning a healthy ingredient into something that clogs instead of energizes. Eggs aren't the enemy, but how you prepare them makes all the difference. A light, gently cooked scramble with minimal added fat? That's a solid start. But the buttery, overdone pile you find at buffets and drive-thrus? That's not helping your morning at all. A glass of orange juice with breakfast sounds healthy. It's fruit, right? But here's the truth. Most store-bought fruit juices are stripped of fiber, packed with natural sugar, and often come with added sweeteners to boost the taste. That sunny-looking drink might give you a dose of vitamin C, but it also floods your system with a heavy shot of fructose in just a few gulps. Unlike whole fruit, juice doesn't come with the pulp and fiber that slow down digestion and help your body process sugars gradually. Without that buffer, the sugar hits fast, spiking your blood glucose and pushing your pancreas into high gear. Over time, these sugar hits can add up, increasing your risk of energy crashes, cravings, and even metabolic problems if it's a daily habit. And the portion sizes? Way off. 1 cup of juice is often made from 3 to 4 oranges or apples. Would you sit down and eat that many pieces of fruit in one go? Probably not. But in juice form, it's easy to overconsume, and easy to forget how much sugar you're really drinking. Even labels that say 100% juice can be misleading. Some are made from concentrates or heat-treated to the point where natural nutrients fade, and the flavor has to be re-added artificially. It's fruit-flavored sugar water with a fancy label. So while juice may look like a healthy start, it's more like a shortcut to a mid-morning energy slump. If you really want to get your vitamins in the morning, reaching for a whole piece of fruit is a much better move. They're golden, flaky, sometimes filled with cream or topped with glaze, and they call your name from every bakery case. Pastries and donuts are breakfast favorites around the world, but when it comes to how they affect your body in the morning, they're trouble disguised as a treat. These baked goods are made with refined white flour, loaded with sugar, and often fried in unhealthy oils. That's a triple hit of fast carbs, fat, and sweeteners, all before 9 a.m. The problem isn't just the calories, it's the crash. When you eat a donut or croissant, your blood sugar spikes quickly, giving you a jolt of energy that fades just as fast. Within an hour or two, you're hungry again, low on energy and possibly craving another round of sugar. It's a cycle that sets the tone for poor eating decisions the rest of the day. Even pastries that look lighter, like fruit danishes or cinnamon rolls, can contain more sugar than a candy bar. And don't forget the trans fats, which are still used in some pre-packaged versions to increase shelf life. These fats can linger in the body and raise inflammation, which no one wants first thing in the morning. Sure, they're delicious. But that deliciousness comes at the cost of steady energy and a clear mind. Starting your day with a donut might feel satisfying for a few minutes, but it's like building your morning on quicksand. It won't take long before things start to sink. Bananas are one of the most popular breakfast fruits. Easy to grab, naturally sweet, and full of potassium. But here's the twist. Eating a banana first thing in the morning, especially on an empty stomach, might not be doing you any favors. Why? It all comes down to the mix of high natural sugars and mild acidity. Bananas contain a large amount of fructose, and when eaten alone, the body absorbs that sugar fast, too fast. Without fiber, protein, or healthy fats to slow things down, this can lead to a rapid spike in blood sugar levels followed by a familiar crash. You might feel alert for a moment, but that energy won't last long. Suddenly you're hungry again, craving more sugar, and left wondering why breakfast didn't stick. There's also the acidity to consider. While bananas aren't as harsh as citrus fruits, they can still trigger stomach discomfort or acid imbalance if they're the first thing you eat, especially for people prone to digestive issues. The spike in magnesium from a banana might also put strain on your cardiovascular system when there's no food in your stomach to balance it out. Now, bananas aren't bad, far from it. They're packed with vitamins, potassium, and fiber. The trick is pairing them with something more grounding. A banana with a handful of nuts or mixed into plain oatmeal. That's a smarter move, but alone on an empty stomach, they're a fast-burning fuse that leaves you running low before the morning's even started. Oatmeal has a great reputation, and rightly so. It's warm, filling, and full of fiber that supports heart health and digestion. But not all oatmeal is created equal. Those convenient flavored packets, they often have more in common with a dessert than a nutritious breakfast. Behind flavors like maple brown sugar or apple cinnamon hides a surprising amount of added sugar, artificial flavoring, and preservatives. Some packets contain 12 grams or more of sugar per serving, before you even add anything on top. That's the same as starting your day with several teaspoons of white sugar. The quick oats inside are usually processed to cook fast, but that also means your body digests them faster, leading to rapid blood sugar spikes and an energy crash not long after. And then there's the portion size. One little packet might not be enough to feel full, so it's tempting to double up, which doubles the sugar and sodium too. Many brands also add powdered dairy products, thickeners, or synthetic vitamins that don't absorb nearly as well as nutrients from whole food sources. If you think you're choosing the healthy option, you're not alone. These packets are marketed to seem wholesome and time-saving, but the truth is, they're more of a sugary shortcut than a balanced meal. Starting your day with a bowl of oats should be a win, but only if you keep it clean. Skip the packet, go for plain rolled oats and dress them up yourself. That way you stay in control of what fuels your morning. A quick scoop, hot water, stir, and you're off. It's no wonder instant coffee is a morning staple for millions. But when that coffee is artificially flavored, the simplicity hides a list of chemicals your body wasn't exactly craving after a night's rest. Flavors like French vanilla, hazelnut, or caramel macchiato might sound appealing, but most of the time, they're created in a lab using synthetic compounds rather than real ingredients. Artificially flavored instant coffees often contain chemical solvents, emulsifiers, stabilizers, and added sweeteners to mimic real taste. Some of these additives, like propylene glycol, a common flavor carrier, are also used in antifreeze and processed foods. While technically approved in small amounts, it's not exactly the kind of stuff you want in your bloodstream first thing in the morning. Then there's the coffee itself. Most instant varieties are made from lower quality beans that are freeze-dried or spray-dried at high temperatures, stripping them of natural oils and antioxidants found in freshly brewed coffee. What's left is a bitter, flat powder that needs artificial flavoring just to be palatable. And here's the kicker, many of these instant mixes include added sugar or artificial sweeteners, even if they don't taste overly sweet. So without realizing it, you may be starting your day with hidden sugars and low-grade caffeine that won't give you the clean energy boost you're looking for. Long-term, it's the kind of routine that can mess with your metabolism, irritate your gut, and leave your focus foggy by mid-morning. Want coffee that actually helps you wake up and stay sharp? Brewed from fresh beans with no added flavors or chemicals, your body and taste buds will thank you. There's no denying it, spicy food can be exciting. It wakes up your taste buds and adds bold flavor to almost anything. But if you're kicking off your day with a plate of hot sauce-drenched eggs, fiery breakfast burritos, or chili-seasoned meats, you might be setting yourself up for more than just a wake-up call. Spicy foods in the morning can irritate your stomach lining, trigger acid reflux, and throw your whole digestive system off track before your day even begins. When you wake up, your stomach is relatively empty and sensitive. Throwing in something loaded with chili powder, jalapenos, or sriracha can increase the production of stomach acid. For people prone to acid reflux or heartburn, this is a fast track to discomfort. That burning sensation in your chest or throat later in the morning, it could very well trace back to what you ate at breakfast. Capsaicin, the compound that gives spicy food its heat, also slows down digestion. This means food stays in your stomach longer, increasing the chance of reflux and bloating. And while spicy dishes might feel energizing, they can leave you feeling sluggish once that internal heat catches up with you. It's not about giving up spice altogether. Spicy foods have their benefits, when timed right. But eating them on an empty stomach in the morning is like lighting a match in dry grass. It might not cause a fire every time, but when it does, you'll feel it. For calmer mornings, keep the spice for lunch or dinner, and let your body ease into the day without the extra burn. They promise laser focus, instant energy, and superhero-level productivity. But energy drinks in the morning often deliver the exact opposite. Many of these cans are loaded with caffeine, sugar, artificial sweeteners, and stimulants like taurine or guarana. Sure, they can jolt you awake, but that burst is short-lived, and what follows can be a hard crash that leaves you more tired than before. Most energy drinks contain 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine per serving, sometimes even more. That's nearly triple what's in a standard cup of coffee. And when combined with sugar or chemical stimulants, the caffeine hits your system fast, spiking your heart rate and blood pressure. It might feel like supercharged energy, but your body is burning through it at an unsustainable pace. What comes next is the slump. Mood dips, focus disappears, and hunger returns full force. By midday, you're not just tired, you're irritable, distracted, and craving more caffeine. That cycle can mess with your sleep patterns, increase anxiety, and even cause dependence over time. Not exactly the calm, focused morning most people are hoping for. Plus, many energy drinks are acidic and carbonated, which irritates your stomach when it's still empty. Starting your day with one is like revving a car engine with no oil. It sounds powerful, but the damage builds behind the scenes. If you need a boost in the morning, there are smarter ways to get it. Hydration, balanced food, and yes, even black coffee in moderation, can energize you without setting you up for a crash. That silver might look cool in your hand, but your body knows better. Start your morning with something that supports your energy, not something that drains it by noon. That's about it! What do you eat for breakfast? Write in the comments. For more useful information, watch other videos.